What do the Lion King and the Pope have in common? Chances are great you've seen at least one of the Lion King movies put out by Disney, or one of the live shows from Ice to Broadway. Have you ever wondered why the story gets so much hype? Now there's a new Pope, and both social media and regular media have been all abuzz about the new Father of the Catholic Church. Why? The simplest connection one could make with little education about the matter is that they are both patriarchal institutions, kings and popes. But a deeper dive reveals the mythology that is still actively believed by many about both. You probably grew up hearing that male lions are the kings of the jungle, and that the male lions are the bosses, and the female lions are their servants. The example continually given to support this myth is the fact that it is the females who hunt for the pride. The males don't, which makes it seem like the females are serving the male, who is not exhausted by the hunt, so can easily sit down to feast while the females recover. Sounds pretty kingly, right? That's what patriarchal biologists have long wanted you to believe. But the truth is that for every single form of mammal herd, the females rule the group. The males are tagalongs who just want to have sex. Whether we're talking horses, where stallions are glorified, or elephants, even though bull elephants never hang around the herd unless someone's in heat, or lions, gregarious mammals are always matriarchal. That means the females decide who is part of their crowd, and a lead female leads the way because the matriarch's memory helps the group survive. Always. Even among humans. Our human ancestors were led by the women, not the men, despite 4,000 years of lies about this fact. Between 2400 BCE and 750 ACE, the male myth was created, claiming that males are superior to females in all things. What happened to cause this shift from women leading to and inventing almost everything to the ideas that only males are capable of leading and inventing? Egyptians discovered that males play a role in pregnancy circa 2400 BCE. So they assumed males plant seeds in women's fertile fields, making women just empty vessels waiting to be filled by men. Sound familiar? The manosphere is filled with such lies because patriarchies are only supported by two things: lies and threats of violence. So, the male myth began to counter ancient beliefs about women, that women were the creators, believed to be pulling new life into this realm from another realm through their own individual spiritual, cosmic, and physical powers. Women could bleed for 3 to 5 days every month without dying, so men imitated that magic with circumcision, which is why Roman soldiers wore fascia, circumcised penises with testicles, as protective amulets so they would not die, even if they bled in battle. Prior to the rise of patriarchies, women led, and because women work well together, they easily created the first collective communities, which were all democratic. And we know this fact from ancient writing from Sumeria, where community groups elected elders to make collective decision-making easier. Women were believed to be spiritually powerful, so much so that men desperately wanted that power themselves. So they flipped the narrative on its head, making women evil and untrustworthy, mere chattel, not leaders. And that's where the Pope comes in. Long after the idea of patriarchy was created, the Judaic form of patriarchal religion, which allowed women still to own property, had to be overthrown. But instead of just throwing the whole religion away, the new Christians emphasized what the growing Judean populations were being told to embrace, that there was only one God, Yahweh, a male, so Asherah, their mother goddess, had to be eliminated. Christians, though, changed the religion to make it even more patriarchal. They almost managed to eliminate the need for women at all, so that Mary, Queen of Heaven, a direct link to the original Queen of Heaven, Inanna in Sumeria, wears her mantle of blue, so was honored to give birth to the new demigod, in the fashion of Gilgamesh of old and of Achilles contemporaneously, Jesus. But she had to do so without knowing the pleasures of coitus, because these men desperately wanted to control women's bodies, not just their minds and souls. Because they wanted the people to embrace this new religion, they began telling men they were kings of their own households, so should be obeyed, just like Yahweh is supposed to be obeyed. What man can resist calling himself a king? Because they needed an all-father to rule over the new religion, the office of Pope, which literally just means father, was created. People born into cultures that embraced this new religion willingly believed males are supposed to rule women and weaker males, forming in many cases cultures that lean heavily into patriarchal ideals where the man is the norm for every form of measure. Unfortunately, males are inferior to females, if you must count, because women can do everything men can do, plus 3 things men can never do alone. 1, menstruate. Not even trans women can menstruate. 2, get pregnant. And 3, give birth. The basic math for this reality is simple. If you say that E equals everything men can do, and M equals menstruation, P equals pregnancy, and B equals birth, with W standing for women, the simple formula is this. W equals E plus M plus P plus B. So patriarchists, like those in the manosphere and those in the current administration, want you to continue to believe males are superior to females. In Catholicism, this is called transcendence, the belief that males are superior to females so can lead in the church, while women are flawed so cannot. That's what the Lion King and the Pope have in common. They're myths told to us to get us to believe the main myth men have been telling and women have been believing for the last 4,000 years, that males must lead. It's time we call the myth out for the bullshit it is.